Also in the news, the Committee for Labour, Social Affairs and Health examined the draft law on legalising cannabis for medicinal use that was recently approved by the Council of Ministers. Health Minister Ogerta Manastirliou said the draft creates a regulatory framework that covers the process of cultivation and processing of cannabis and its byproducts for medicinal and industrial purposes. The aim here is to increase revenue for the Albanian economy. Over the last decade, more than 35 countries have legalised cannabis for medicinal use, and around 22 in Europe have presented legislation for the same purposes. Under the proposed law, all entities would have to apply for a licence, be verified, registered, and be subject to ongoing monitoring and penalties in case they violate anything. In addition, any licensee must have at least 3 years of experience in the medicinal cannabis sector, the employment of at least 10 staff, which must include 2 specialists. Now, the opposition has raised concerns that this goes against the penal code, where cannabis cultivation is illegal, and claims that the law is vague and poorly thought out. They also say there's no distinction between cultivation, production and use, which could risk a legal violation and go against EU directives. Now, Albania has a long history in cultivating cannabis, although not necessarily for legal use. And until 2014, the village of Lazorat in the south was known as the European capital of cannabis growing. Today, while the amount of cannabis produced illicitly in the country is believed to have been reduced, it is common knowledge that there are many areas in mountainous and rural areas where cultivation continues. At the end of June, the EU delegation in Tirana warned the Albanian government about pressing ahead with the law due to concerns over the capacity of law enforcement institutions. As a medicinal product, cannabis and its byproducts are used for chemotherapy side effects, multiple sclerosis, epilepsy, chronic pain, depression, and pain caused by cancer. While the jury is out on its effectiveness, the government's proposal could be seen as an attempt to bring legality and regulation to a long-term illicit sector.